So welcome to the Clinic, Scott and Mark, and then this is Milo as well, yes. And you've got a fantastic story. You've worked with quite a few dogs over the years. It's 3 altogether, isn't it? Milo's your most recent.
Yeah, Adrian, this is my third canine legend. This is Milo. Previous to him I had Travis, and my first guide dog was Ike, who I got back in 1995, just about 18 months after losing my eyesight.
Really? Do you want to tell us a little bit about initially what happened and how you found getting on with a guide dog to start with? How'd that go?
Yeah, well, excuse me, it's actually this period coming into October, that's exactly 21 years ago, I actually lost my eyesight, and it was within the space of 3 weeks.
Wow.
It was diagnosed, as a disease called Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy, where the eyes are perfect, but it's the optic nerve behind the eye that has eroded away to become totally white, whereas everybody else is pink, sending the message to the brain. So it was, it was very, very hard accepting to start with. A lot of pain, a lot of, it really was hard. I was pretty much housebound, I had no independence. I had no job because I was a forklift driver. I just couldn't. It really was hard to cope. And luckily for me at that time, the guide dogs had two training centres in Scotland, and one was in my local town. Yeah. And I made contact. They brought up this amazing guide dog, Ike, for me to see. Got trained up with him, and certainly did give me my life back. That I've been able to become a member of the community again, getting independence, get my confidence back, public transport, use local amenities again, being able to go to the doctors, the dentist, visit the pub by myself independently without having to have sighted assistance with me. And I owe this amazing charity absolutely everything.
Absolutely, it is, and it's on its own. We've talked to somebody before from the guide dogs, and the difference that the guide dog can make on its own. It's a fantastic story, and the charity is a fantastic story. But there's more to it in your case, isn't there? You've taken it to a whole different level. Tell us what you've been kind of getting up to with your guide dogs.
Well, it's been. To say it's been an epic is a bit of an understatement. We have, since I got Travis, we decided to pay back the charity as much as I could. If I was able to give them £1 million tomorrow, it still wouldn't be enough in my book. We started endeavours called Travis Trek, and it was to undertake challenges. The first one was the West Highland Way in Scotland, which is to some a pretty grueling 97 mile walk from just outside Glasgow up into the Highlands and Fort William, taking on some pretty grueling stages. Mm-hmm. And it was twofold. Obviously, one, to raise money for this amazing charity, and number two was to hopefully embrace. To motivate people to embrace challenges like that. Whether they were sighted, whether they were visually impaired, whether they were totally blind, whether they any disability, that was it twofold. The next year we went on to we'd done the Speyside Way, which is further north in Scotland, another challenge. After that we'd done the Southern Upland Way down in the Borders. The following year was the pinnacle. It was the Pennine Way. From England back into Scotland, 268 miles over 16 amazing days. It was just an absolute epic, and each time Travis became the first guide dog to do these challenges. Walked into Guinness Book of Records. So after that we done the West Highland Way another twice, north to south, south to north, and he became the first guide dog again. He finished these endeavours at the age of 9, becoming the first guide dog to scale the summit of Britain's highest point in Ben Nevis, which we started as a wee kind of get together, and in the end over 120 people came from all over Great Britain to help us take this to a different
That's
level.
fantastic. So this was with Travis, you say, which was your
It
last
was with
job.
Travis, yes.
So how long have you had Milo for?
I've had Milo since a year past in June. We are just about to undertake. In fact, I'm down this weekend to spend time with Mark, who's an integral part of our team, Milo's Miles, to discuss the forthcoming challenges that we're going to start in October. We're going to plan 21 events to celebrate 21 years of being sightless. Hopefully have 21 people at each 21 events, and hopefully the aim is to raise £21,000.
Fantastic. Mark, do you want to actually just say a few words about your involvement with the campaign with Milo and how you found it?
Yeah,
What's your
sure.
role?
Me and Scott got in touch back in 2007, was it?
Yeah, it was.
2007. So myself and Scott are Rangers supporters, Scotland's finest team, and we were on a forum, just happened to be on the same day, and Scott was asking for help with the Travis Trek website because the person who was doing it previous couldn't do it again, and I think maybe we were at a wee crisis point then, weren't we, Scott? So
Absolutely.
I undertook the challenge, and the rest is history really. But so we put together a website for Travis Trek and set up the Facebook pages and Twitter accounts and all that sort of thing, and gave it a sort of a bigger reach, and that's sort of been our aim with Up the Ben and the more recent stuff that we've been discussing, the 21 events, just to try and get as many people involved as possible and make sure everybody knows about it, And over the time, myself and Scott have become best of friends, and I've been up to Scotland a few times, and this is his first time down in Swindon, and long may it continue. But yeah, that's how we know each other, and that's that, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, obviously, any time you're back down in Swindon, you're welcome to come on again and keep plugging anything. What's the website for people out there that want to go and have a look and see what's going on?
It's legendstrek.co.uk.
Yeah, absolutely. So going forward from here, it's the 21 events. When's the first one planned to start?
That is what we shall be announcing the coming week. We're down this weekend to do a lot of organising and thinking about it. We've got to have the website revamped. There'll be loads of news coming on there, and as I said, people come from all over Britain. They come from all over Britain. They come and meet Milo, they come and meet whether it be a sporting hero or somebody for television, whatever. They can spend time with them while they're climbing a hill or doing a long distance walk in the beautiful fresh air. Hopefully no midges. You might have heard of the Scottish midges that they were at the bottom of Ben Nevis that time. But we usually have an after party after the events, and they've went down in history as well. So we'll certainly continue that. That's certainly an integral part of all the events. So if anybody's into that as well. But as I say, if they want to get in touch at all, we've got an email a link on there as well, and Milo does a lot of tweeting himself, as you guys know, a lot of pictures, a lot of video clips, audio clips and that as well, all the recent stuff, our endeavours, and all the future news will be, will be regularly updated on there,
Fantastic. Well, best of luck with that, guys, and thank you very much for coming on the show, but I think more so, thanks very much for all the work you're doing on behalf of such a brilliant charity, and long may it continue.
Thanks very much
Thank you
indeed
very
for
much.
inviting us and your support.
No problem at all. Thanks.